Bonjour, bon dia. Hello, I'm Laurent here from Bordeaux, Saint-Émilion, winemaker, and happy to share with you how do we use technologies in order to improve the wine business. Uh, uh, I would love to be with you today, but we have to stay here. And definitely the weather is probably better what you get here. Here it's still winter, it's very cold and rainy. So hopefully next time we'll be able to travel. So let's try to share some of the material I prepare for you. Starting with this wine rebellion. I think 2026 is going to be the year of the wine rebellion, the moment that wine is going to shine again in order to be in the world. That's an amazing product is made to make people happy, to make people share. So hopefully the wine will have a great contribution to the world in 2026. Let's work on that. Um, Topic of the day is how do we redefine wine? How do we use technology with tech? And what do we do? How do we move from that? So I prepared some slides for you today, and thank you once again, Priscilla, for the invitation. It's great to be able to share on both sides of the Atlantic. So let's play that. This is me, so winemaker in Saint-Emilion. I spent most of my life in corporate business in tech. I used to work for Nokia and then for Apple. I launched iPhone in Europe and in 7 countries here. It was quite successful, but in 2018, I decided to quit and went back to France in order to become a winemaker. I kept some interest in the tech because I create some organization that we call La Wine Tech. And this is one of the things I wanted to share with you today. La Wine Tech is an ecosystem where we have a startup, wine producers, syndicates, big corporates, market makers. We regroup them into this non-profitable organization in order to get the wine to be able to come to our century and to use the technologies we have here today to improve the wine. We have more than 120 startups. 80% are from France, and more are coming from abroad. Not yet from Brazil, but hopefully that will change. We have also big corporates supporting us, such as LVMH and some banks and some other players on the market. What we do is we create events, we create publications, we have podcasts, we have a lot of things we use in order to promote the technologies of the startups and to get them to reach the wine world. 10 days ago, we were in Wine Paris, which is the biggest trade show in the world for the wine. We had a big 400 square meters booth with 20 startups. We have a 3 days conferences, 30 hours, and it was packed. See this video, you see people kind of queuing just to enter the conferences. That was amazing. And we also had the pleasure to welcome Priscilla there. Great moment. So we just released a white paper on AI, how AI can help the wine world. So it's free to download. You have an English version of it. So of course, I will share the slides with you, and you will be able to download it as soon as you want. Going back to Saint-Emilion and what I'm doing as a winemaker, because I'm a real wine geek. So I own a small estate called Château Edmus. It's a Grand Cru, and it's a very small location. It's more like a winery boutique than anything else. I'm going to tell you how do we use technologies there. As I told you, I'm a wine geek. I don't have any distribution yet in Brazil, so if anybody wants to discuss that with me, I'll be happy to collaborate. First thing we did in order to acquire the estate is that we had to raise fund. So I built an investor community. I went to wine funding, which is one of the startup of La Wine Tech, in order to raise fund. And I was searching for 31 investors in a very different manner. I wanted to build a community of investors. And the concept was what I call wine angels. It's something very, very simple. I took the ideas from the tech industry. Basically, it's all about business angels and wine lovers, so I call them wine angels. They're all ambassadors and investors into Chateau Edmus. We regroup them a couple of times a year. We have some working sessions, whether they're physical or online. We visit some vineyards. We have fun as well. But it helped me to improve the vineyard, definitely. The lady on the right here is a master in a B Corp certification, and she helped us to make Chateau Edmus the first B Corp certified in France. So that was a great moment. One of the things we did all together, we made the assembly. In Saint-Emilion, we have a couple of grapes different, and we try to get the most out of the wine by assembling the different grapes. On March 2021, 20 of them were there with me, and we created the new wine. We call it Phi. And that was the start of a great moment for the estate. The wine was very different than what you usually get in Saint-Emilion. It was 100% Cabernet Franc, so no assembling for that one. It didn't go into wood barrels. It was just in kind of concrete egg type of tank, organic, no sulfite, and we only made 300 bottles. So it was kind of UFO in Saint-Emilion. One of the bottles reached the best sommelier of the world, Andres Larsen, and he gave us straight away 94 points. So that kind of never happened to get such a high mark with the wine, the first edition of your wine. That was a great moment. And then starting from that, we had a great press coverage from Le Monde, the biggest newspaper in France. And we were kind of all over in the press, including to La Revue des Vins France, which is a very respected wine magazine. We were there for the first time. So we didn't stop there. We made a special edition of that wine. We made magnums, and we used the NFT technology. I'm going to explain that to you. This gentleman is a tattoo artist, and he's one of our customers. And I asked him to design new labels for us. This was quite interesting for some French TV who came to record a working session. This guy designed everything on iPad first. We got the electronic version of those labels, and we decided to sell the electronic version of the labels. We call them NFTs, as that was the technology we used at the time. Each bottles had a printed version of the labels signed by the artist, and of course it was a beautiful magnum of the wine with a great label on it. Check those labels designed by Dimitri. They are absolutely awesome. It goes very fast, and you can find everything on our Instagram, all the story, all the details. We didn't stop there. In order to sell those bottles and NFTs, we went to a web page, startup called Ideal Wine, which is now the biggest second-hand marketplace in Europe. And we started the auctions at €1. And after 10 days, you can see the price here. This is excluding taxes, but including taxes, it was more than €5,000 for one bottle. The fact is that we sold the 10 magnums, and the average price was €2,600, which made our wine the 8th most expensive wine in France sold on that year. So that was quite an event. We had a great press coverage. It went crazy, and that helped us to become a little bit famous. I couldn't resist to make a small video out of it and to share it with you now.
This is Château Edmus, Phi by Edmus.
Edmus à Saint-Émilion.
De Château Edmus.
Le Château Edmus à Saint-Émilion.
Du Château Edmus à Saint-Émilion.
Château Edmus.
Alors pourquoi Edmus?
L'identité d'Edmus, c'est de faire des vins très raffinés.
EDMUS.
So now hopefully you will remember the name of our small estate, Edmus. We made a wine club because this community of 32 owners was great, but it was too small. We wanted to extend it to consumers. So we designed a wine club. We stole some ideas from what's happening in Burgundy, in Napa Valley as well. And as our wine, Grand Cru, is a very small production, we have something very unique that we keep as well 6 years before selling it. So we started 3 years ago with the vintage 2017, then the 18, and then this year we just released the 19th. Each bottle has a small tag on it made by Cellartag, a company that help us to have the traceability, authentication, and create great consumer experience, which is absolutely key for a wine club. The wine club, basically, it's you buy, you acquire 6 bottles, a case of the wine, and you're invited to some events where once a year, lunch in the middle of the vineyard. We have events. We have a West private group where I'm directly connected to those guys. I mean, there's a lot of advantages, and it's getting traction now. Last thing I wanted to share with you is our international extension. In order to reach those members abroad, we had to build some very unique ways to do it. First of all, we had to make it known, then we have to make the connection for the shipments. So we just released 10 days ago a new campaign to explain that now Edmus is available all over the world. It's the Incroyable Tour du Monde, amazing world tour. And for that, we use some technologies you're going to think it's funny. Number one, we had to create some images in order to explain that the wine was traveling all over the world. We got some inspiration from one of the French movie called Le Destin d'Amélie Poulain, where there is one character who's traveling the world and sending Polaroid pictures back home. And we took fake pictures, AI pictures of our wine all over the world. And it's live now on Instagram. I think we are the 2nd country at the moment. So all those images were generated by AI. And it's a startup called mycuvee.com. Basically, you send them a picture of your bottles, and for 32 euros, they give you pictures of your wine wherever you want, whether a great hotel, the pyramids in Egypt, or whatever. So we're starting that campaign right now. It cost us 250 euros, but we didn't travel all over the world to take that picture. So we save a lot of carbon footprint just staying at home behind our computers. It's a very affordable way to make a great advertisement. And then in order to ship the bottles, we're using another company named Botoflow. And in 3 clicks, they can do direct to consumer to 32 countries. We don't have Brazil yet, but hopefully with Mercosur, it's going to come in a couple of months. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you. Let's keep that conversation. I'm always available on LinkedIn and happy to connect with you. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado. And have a great session today in Sao Paulo. Bye-bye.